Welcome to the Buy Box Bandits podcast.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Buy Box Bandits podcast, episode 178, brought to you by Cousin All Out Amazon and Uncle Flister Miles. Today, we are joined by a second-time guest, the man Joe Parpheniuk, who is a seven-figure online arbitrage seller. And then primarily what we're going to be focusing on today is his recent foray into the Amazon influencer program.
His recent what? What was that word?
Foray. We're getting more sophisticated by the day, by the episode here. Yes, foray, right? Exactly.
Boosted his IQ.
Exactly, right? So we learned about the Amazon influencer program at the Miami Sellers Conference, and now we want to do a deep dive with someone who's actually doing it, basically. So, Joe, you just kind of want to fill us in on, your background, man, what you're doing with online arbitrage, with wholesale and stuff, and then we'll dig in.
Yeah, for sure. So I started selling on Amazon about 2.5 years ago. I remember when I was on the podcast, it was in Mexico. I remember it was like 2 years ago.
Yep, July 2022.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So I've been doing it for a while. I do about 25% wholesale, 75% arbitrage, and doing about 1.5 million a year. And then I found the influencer program. So last year in April, and I didn't really take it too seriously because it was like, this is BS. Like, how can you make money recording video reviews? So I kind of just signed up, got into the program because you don't really need to have that many followers to get in. So I got in, uploaded the videos around my house, and I'm like, all right, it's making me a few $100s a month. This is cool. Like, this will help pay my bills and stuff. And then I saw someone else, like this guy James. He was making like 10K a month or like something like that. And I'm like, wow, there's something here. Like, you just have to upload a lot of videos, so you have to put like the upfront work in it. Yeah, so that got me to like start to really get aggressive to find more products and stuff like that. We could definitely talk about that too, like how to find products. But then I started to slowly compound. I was making like 1K. I hit my first 1K a month in August. Then around Q4, it was like 4K in November. I'm like, dude, this is like a full-time salary. And then December was like 3. Now I'm kind of hovering around like 2 to 3K a month with it. But the goal is to scale it to 10K a month by the end of the year. And I think with the work I'm putting in right now, it'll continually roll in like passively in a sense.
So like, what the heck? Like, what is it, right? So if I'm a consumer,
nobody
on
knows
Amazon, where are these videos placed on the page? Like, how do I see them? How do I view them? Like, give us the high level. What the hell is
For
it?
sure. Yeah. So basically, you're earning commissions for the video that you record, and that video goes on the Amazon product page. So if you're shopping, like, a customer can either see it. There's 2 carousels. So it's called like an upper carousel, lower carousel. The easiest way to frame it is like, that's a buy box. Like, you get a buy box, you kind of rotate in and out of that upper and lower carousel. So the upper carousel is where the photos are. Like, if you see the photos, you're going to see the last one is videos. And then there's a lower carousel, which is just at the bottom of the page. Like, if they're reading through all the description and everything, like the photos on the like A+ content, then they'll see the lower frame, which is more videos. So like, it's a buy box where 7 people essentially have the buy box in quotations. And then anyone who's watching that, any lady or dude or whatever watching that video clicks on it, watches it through, adds it to their cart, and then they add other items to the cart as well. You're getting commission for that entire cart, which is insane. So
if someone like adds the water bottle that you reviewed to cart, but they also add other stuff to cart, you catch commission on that too?
You catch it for the entire cart. So
what,
like, if they're buying related
videos,
so it's registering that video, like whatever video they watch, if they buy that product or a related product to it.
So I'm a consumer. I look at your video. I'm like, this dude's shot. I go to the next video, the same water bottle. Are you both getting commission if I buy that water bottle?
Yeah, but you have to watch it a certain length through. Amazon hasn't really told what it is. I think it's like a quarter or like a halfway through. So if you just click on it and don't really watch it, and you say, oh, this thing sucks in the first 5 seconds, and like, you're not going to get the commission there. That's why it's important to make better videos than most people, but still, those aren't even that great videos. Like, people are uploading 5-second videos of just like showing the Stanley Cup and that's it, and then taking it off. And like, that's not going to make you money. But if you upload like a 30-second video describing the Stanley Cup, like, oh, it's got a nice lid, It's got a straw. It's a really big bottle, like stuff like that. You're just describing it, and then you're saying, "Oh, I would recommend it," and that's what will make you money. Like just doing random 5-second videos is not going to work.
Now, in terms of like starting to combine, and we're gonna naturally get kind of more technical with this stuff, right? So like starting to combine your Amazon knowledge, does it make more sense to start to look for maybe products that sell more or maybe sell for a higher price, right? In terms of like sourcing, quote unquote, the types of videos that you want to review.
Yeah, good question there, because the stuff that you learn from Amazon actually plays in, and that's why I think it's like a perfect vertical integration to like doing I combined both words, but perfect vertical integration to doing Amazon. So you already know what sells because you have Keepa, you have all the data, you know how much times it's sold in the last month. That helps you. So the two types of products that do the best are high ticket. I love high ticket because if you get 3-4% commission, it's $300. That's like $12 right there. So those add up if it's a fast moving product. Like I'm already starting to see summer stuff that's like super high end, like patio stuff doing really well. And those are going to churn in the summer because everyone's buying them. So those are like expensive things. And then there's the fast moving stuff. So if it sells 2,000, 3,000 times a month, that's going to get like 40, 50 sales in a month or something like that. And it might earn you $2-3 a sale, but like it's going to compound. It's almost like buying a fast moving product that makes you $1 or $2, you know? So
and
it's the same in a sense.
And there's leverage on it too, because there's no limit to how many people can watch your review if you make a good review, right? And the cool thing about that too is that it's all profit, right? In that, okay, so certain items like you already own, we all buy stuff on Amazon, so you probably already have a bunch of stuff around your house too. But the neat part is that it's all profit, right? And it's going to compound, and that's essentially like if you make a good video, you might be getting paid for that for a while. Like I assume you're probably still getting
a long time.
You're still getting paid from videos you made last August?
Yeah, for sure. As long as that product is still selling, which you see the life cycle if you're like sourcing products, usually the listings are like 4 or 5 years old. So like it can make you money passively for like 5 years to come. And that's why I think it's insane. It's just like I think of it as like starting a YouTube channel. So if you start a YouTube channel, you upload 100 videos, those are going to continually get views over time. So your channel is going to grow the more videos you upload. So that's kind of how this works in a sense.
So is this something where if we think about like a macro scale, call it the next 5-10 years, is this something where like the people that are get into the space and start to win over the next 6 to 8 months, 12 months, you would think that those videos, the successful videos on listings, are just going to keep bodying the newer videos off products, right?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I think that like you also have a competitive edge if you've uploaded, because it takes a while to upload like 4,000 videos. You know, there's some people who have 4,000 or 5,000 videos. So you're still ahead. If you start now, you know, it's going to take someone a year or two to get 4,000 or 5,000 videos maybe.
So say you review this expo marker, right? You make a really, really good video that converts well. Your video is there. So essentially, if this expo marker exists on Amazon for the next 8 years, if someone tries to make a video, call it 5 years and down the line, it doesn't make sense for Amazon to put any eyes away from your video because your video has proven it converts, it's successful, right?
That's true. Yeah, there are videos that are like years old that are on there. So you kind of have to like win the spot by just doing like a genuine review, you know, just talking about the product, what you like, what you don't like, and then a recommendation. That's like how I tell people to structure it. So as long as you're doing that and your video has structure, it can be unedited with an iPhone. It doesn't have to be like all fancy edits. You just have to have some form of structure with it to have success, I think.
Yeah.
So this is some. Go ahead, Miles.
Yeah. What is the ideal structure? So say like, for example, I'm looking right now, I got this plant near me, right? I think I bought this plant on Amazon, or like a chair, for example, like that chair might be $50, right? Do all products pay out the same commission, or is it relative to the item?
So yeah, it's relative to the category. It's 1 to 5%.
So it's same thing like the referral, the category.
Oh yeah, true. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so the categories that do really well are like home and improvement, like furniture, like appliances. Those are like the 3 to 4%. And then women tend to do really well with it too, because luxury beauty is 5%. So if you buy like Dior or something like that, like my girlfriend has Dior perfume, 5% commissions. That's like $150 cologne, so or perfume. So That's going to rake in money.
And so how do you acquire the products, right? So say I want to go review 10 different high-end perfumes, and maybe I can't even sell them, right? So it's not feasible to buy them to sell on Amazon. What's the strategy there? Am I just walking around Walmart, just shilling videos of random products?
No, so you actually can't go into Walmart or like go into a store. That's not how I find products. That's against like the TOS. So
Yeah, that makes
you'll
sense.
get banned if you try
Yeah.
to record 1,000 reviews in Walmart. You can't do that. So I always tell people the first like 500 products you can get, which will get you to like 1 to 2K a month, is from your family and your house. So just ask your family, like, hey, like I'm doing this side hustle. Just explain to them what it is, obviously, so don't think you're crazy. But then, pay them like, I don't know, $20 or whatever. I'm sure they'd let you go to their home for free. And then, yeah, that can get your first 1 to 2K. Then after that, you kind of have to get a little bit creative with it. So like I go to Airbnbs and then I go to the property, I pay them like a flat fee. And I'm like, hey, like I just need an hour or two in your property and I'll pay you $100 or whatever. So I've just been going to Airbnbs. Like I just came back from one, and that's how I've gotten like up to 1,500
Just
videos.
start slinging videos.
Yeah, and these
And
the
you can now
Airbnbs
write
have
off the
like,
Airbnb and not tax advice, which is
well, yeah, that's true.
bro, this is sick.
Yeah, yeah. So you can literally. I'm not a tax advisor, but you can stay for free pretty much if you're reviewing the products. You're there for business. So, yeah, but these Airbnbs have like really expensive stuff, especially if they have like themed Airbnbs do really well. I went to this like Lego property. This guy had like $200-300 Legos just like sitting on a shelf. So those are all going to rake in cash. And yeah, there's a bunch of just expensive appliances, usually Airbnbs, and they're always like kind of lazy. I feel like the Airbnb owners, they'll buy from Amazon or like Wayfair, and Wayfair and Amazon are like the same thing. Like the products are the same. So usually you find a lot of $200, $300, $400 products,
So
which will rake you in a lot.
Would a good strategy be to like start to like look for products that sell really, really fast that don't have a bunch of videos already created and target those? Because there's got to be thousands of those videos. Those
there
products.
is. So yeah, it's funny you said that because I was thinking about this. Like I was looking at my commission statement, and there was this like fire extinguisher that has like 20K sales, and like I'm the only video on it. So it might be making me like $1 a sale or whatever, but every single sale is compounding. I think I've got like 100 sales on it already. So I'm the only one that's on that. So there's softwares that like tell you the sales rank, like how many it sells per month. And then like if it only has like a low amount of video reviews, it's called
I
low
was
hanging
just
fruit.
thinking that.
We gotta get
that's a
we
good
gotta get this
idea
stuff
too.
on the seller app, bro.
Yeah, facts. Oh, true, actually. Yeah, because you're
That
probably
would be
scanning the
dope.
barcodes to see. Yeah, that's interesting stuff too, right? Yeah, like you guys listening, like go to a couple Amazon listings. I was literally doing this last night because I knew we were filming it for today, and like you can see the reviews like chilling right there, essentially, right? And you can see the videos. You can open them up, and it's not fancy stuff at all. It's like very organic, people in their house, because that's probably what's going to convert better too. If people are like, okay, if you're watching a review and the person's like in a really professional factory, like, all right, this is clearly, and then, but you're seeing it's very like, organic and such, right? You're like, all right, this person
That's
actually.
why Airbnbs work really well, because they can't tell the difference if it's your house or like someone else's.
Facts. Okay. That's dope right there. Yeah. So who do you know that's like, or what's the most you've heard of someone making with it?
Yeah, so there's this guy, Matt Adler. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but
Of course.
made like,
hey, we got to get him on too.
Yeah,
He was in the Instagram live yesterday.
Yeah, he's like diving more into like UGC, which is user generated content. So like brands will pay you to make videos, which is one thing I've been starting to really do too. But yeah, he made like 28K in December, which is like crazy.
Oh yeah, it's probably seasonal too, man. Because you like for example, it would make a lot of sense to do backpacks and shit now, or like calculators that might be a little expensive too.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of like outdoors stuff, like patio stuff. So summer is going to be really good. I heard from someone last year that summer was one of his like highest months. So I'm expecting to get closer to 10K by summer. Maybe it falls off a little bit in December or September to like 5-6. And then December should be 10K plus, I would say, at this point.
Where does and I pulled up a listing as we were talking. Now I see that. I never noticed them, but I see the videos now. And there's a whole carousel like you told.
How
like you
many? How
said.
many? And what's the type of product?
It was just a Bose speaker because I have it on my desk.
Oh, so that's probably expensive though.
That will make you a lot of money. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have these pair of like JBL headphones, raking in cash. So, like
But
And
so
it's the type of
where did
electronics are
product
this?
good.
people need to see a review of too. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
expensive, so they're not just gonna buy
that's
it.
why high ticket.
That's the other
High
thing.
ticket does really well because of that.
The more expensive stuff just has more hesitancy with buyers, so they're gonna do more due diligence. Like if I'm again going back to this expo marker, tons of people are gonna buy this marker without even looking at a video. But the more expensive the item, they're probably gonna do some extra due diligence, look at the entire listing, go through all the photos, go to the bottom of the page, look at the
Videos.
reviews, the video reviews. Super interesting. Like, where did this come from though? Because obviously you mentioned that there's been videos that have existed for years, but I feel like
Yeah.
this is kind of like come out of nowhere.
Yeah, so Amazon had the influencer program for a while, but I don't think they had. So there's like two different types. So first you have to get into the program, and then you have to get approved to get your videos on the product page. So the one with the product page, which is like what makes me all the money, that's like 2 years old. So this is super, super new. So that's why I think the potential is insane. Like nobody really had a course on it until like a year ago.
Yeah,
So
and
like nobody really knew how to make money on it.
Yeah, right. And I like watch your stuff, so I learned a little bit about it. But then seeing Reezy like talk in depth about it and Cade specifically, and some of these dudes are getting progged for free a lot. What's the finesse like with that? Are like private label companies doing that, or what's kind of the
Yeah,
trick with that?
so if you let's say you upload a couple hundred videos, you're gonna start to have these Chinese private label brands reach out to you, and they'll be like, hey, we need a video for our storefront, and then you can get paid like up to like 50 to $100 a video for that,
And the
and
product.
they
And
and
you
the
get
product for free.
Ah, there we go.
So you could sell it on eBay. Like I've definitely done that where I just sell it on eBay. extra cash right there. So like it's
So what is the is there any restriction in terms of like connecting it to your Amazon account, or like how does that work? Do you have to like so if I'm gonna go do this, right? Do I have to make like a influencer account or just like a normal Amazon account?
I always well, it's tied to your Amazon like buyer account essentially. So you have to just create an Amazon account. But I always tell people to make it separate from their seller account just to be safe.
Of course.
So you're not actually allowed to review the products you sell. There's some like unclearness about that, but like I've heard people who got banned for that. So I just recommend
don't do that.
not do that because it's a bias, like it's a conflict of interest there if you're selling and reviewing it.
That's a good point. Yeah, that is a very good point. Specifically, and the key is like if you're looking at like I've done a little bit of research here. It's not just like traditionally you would think of like people that were in ads and stuff as being like super glitzy, all high tech, whatever. Right? It's not the case at all. Like I assume most of these videos you're making are just you like, talking shop for like what's the ideal length too?
Like about 45 seconds to a minute. You could get away with 30 seconds. I usually do 30 seconds to a minute. Depends on like how much time I have.
And no editing, just
my iPhone. I could use my camera. I don't think it's going to make a difference. I think audio is more important. Like if you have a mic, maybe use it.
Text on the video or no?
You don't have to. Like the Chinese brands sometimes want it. Like if they're paying you for it, they want the text. But like other than that, you don't have to. You could use CapCut though if you want to do that. At my scale, it's like a pain to do that, so I just don't bother.
So how many on the currently in what are we in the beginning of April 2024? How many videos are you doing a week?
So I go to like one Airbnb a week. So my time commitment is about an hour or two a week, and it's making me passive 3K a month. So yeah, and that's getting me. I get anywhere from like 30 to 50 videos a property. So I'm adding about 100 to 200 videos a month.
Yep.
So if I get to like 2 to 3K by the end of the year videos, I should be at above 10K. That's usually what I see. People are doing 10K.
Yeah, there's definitely some unit economics on like the amount you're making per product, right? Or the compounding the certain type of item. Do you get statistics, like a nice breakdown on like what products are making you the most, so you can start to see data on like what brands are performing best or what brands people need reviews of the most?
Yeah, so you'll get a commission statement. It's almost like you're not actually allowed to show the earnings, so that's why I haven't like go in my. It's like teal bars or whatever instead of orange bars.
Facts.
But
Okay, true. That's a good point. That's
call it
good
teal bar. So yeah, if you look at that like teal bar statement on the bottom, there's going to be a list of the products that you sold, let's say in the last month, and you can sort it by what sold you the amount of units, the most amount of units. Like they call it unit ship, and you can sort it by what's made you the most money. So like there's like this like I'm starting to see this like lounge chair for the pool. It's like a $900 lounge chair. Each sale is getting me $36. So like I'm seeing that start to roll in, and I'm like, shit, like that's insane. So yeah, you can sort it to see which is the best.
I just think this is like the golden age of this thing, right? Because again, if Amazon's ever showed us one thing, it's that they like consistency and stability and like data, and like they want things to happen that they know are going to happen. Right. And so the people that get on a lot of these fast moving products in the next like 16 months, I just can't imagine they're going to be knocked off in 4 years. There's no motivation.
Yeah, I mean, they will have. It's like a YouTube channel, because if you made a video 4 years ago, you're going to outperform.
There's like Amazon has no motivation to steer people away from a video that's proven that it has existed on a product for 2 years. That just doesn't make sense.
I'm sure the age has something to do with like your quote unquote buy box percentage. Because I do see like the older my video is, like it might take a month sometimes to start making money on a video. So like I do see there's definitely some kind of like the how long your video's been posted.
Yeah. So I mean, disclaimer for our audience: we are in April 2024. If you're listening to this in December of 25, you're probably shot.
How about that? So are you like storefront stalking people? Like, are there video libraries you can see for creators or no?
Yeah, so it's actually funny because you could, like, if you looked at my name, Amazon influencer program, you'd see my storefront. I mean, I don't really care because like anyone's anyone. It's not like Amazon where it's like competitive like that. So like you can look up anyone you've thought of, like any creator, look up their name, Amazon influencer, you'll probably see their storefront. Sometimes they change it to like a family page. It could be like their last name family or whatever. That's like some serious sauce, but
wait, what do you mean the Amazon influencer page? Is it like a
portfolio or something?
Yeah, I'll show you. Well, I can show it for the YouTube people. So like I'll type in my name.
Are we on Amazon or what?
Yeah, so I'll show you. So I Google search my name and then Amazon influencer, and my storefront is like the first thing that pops up, and that's what it looks like.
Boom. Interesting. Okay, I wonder why I feel like they don't really gain a lot from that being public. I don't know. Maybe, I guess we're getting like, I don't know, further deals or stuff like that. But that's pretty neat, because I'm thinking you can probably, since you can do that, you can go to people's page and figure out what they're focusing on. And the more videos someone has or whatever, there's any sort of like review count or whatever, how long they've been around, you can figure out the smart people. Just like looking on an Amazon listing in the data tab, you can see how long people have been on listings too.
Oh, and you have all your social media linked to here?
Yeah, so I would recommend like going with one account first, and then I added all my accounts after that. Like whatever your best account is, probably add that. Because like the companies will reach out to you sometimes in Facebook, sometimes in Instagram.
Do you not have a Twitter?
I do. I don't think Twitter is a part of Twitter isn't part of it because there's no videos. Yeah. So
interesting. This is super cool.
Dude, what if they make a Reels tab in the future where you can scroll product reviews? Like Amazon
they do have that. So they have that, which I actually think like Amazon's trying to compete with TikTok. Like TikTok Shop is blowing up.
Of course, man. Yeah.
So I think they're trying to make like a TikTok Shop in a sense where it's like you're getting like the confirmation from people that like this is a cool product to buy. So like they did make it. It's called like the Amazon Inspire page where you can just scroll through and find new products and upload it like a reel. I haven't really tested that out yet, but
so what do you think? Obviously, Miles and I are approaching this from a very like objective perspective because we haven't really gotten into this. But what do you think we haven't touched yet that the viewer would want to know?
Damn. All right.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right, first of all, that's Garrett's best question of all time. We're in episode 178 right here. Best question of all time. I'm not saying he hasn't had other good ones. That is Garrett's best question of all time.
Yeah, so we covered all of like the basics. I think just getting into the program we didn't cover because you do need to have some kind of like following or engagement.
Oh,
There's different ways.
okay. Yeah,
but,
okay.
but you can kind of manipulate it in a sense with like there's different websites, and then you try to make your video viral on TikTok.
Bro,
if you get like a
always
video
a
pop
backdoor
up,
alley into the bar. There's always a
there
backdoor.
is, yeah. So there are backdoor ways, and you don't need that many followers. Like you only need like maybe 2 to 3K followers, or just like a video that pops off, because they go based on followers and engagement. So if you post a couple of TikTok memes and shit, like that'll work, and that'll get you in. So that's that. And then there's like,
Keep going.
there's a website. I could just drop it because it's in my free guide anyway. It's called Buzzoid. So like you can buy like followers and engagement there, and it's like real followers. So you could basically manipulate your way into it by buying followers and engagement, in a sense.
So there's someone
So
on the
that's-
other side,
that's
like an
worked for
actual
people.
person that's doing like the gating, as you will, if you will, of like trying to approve these accounts.
So when you apply for the influencer program, like I said, there's 2 different like approval processes. The first one's a robot. So like they're just looking at your followers and your engagement. You're going to get an auto acceptance or rejection right away. And then when you apply to get your videos on the product page, you have to upload 3 videos and only 3 videos. So you have to like follow the best practices, like not violate what Amazon, like you can't just give medical advice or guarantee results, or no, they flagged my video.
That
with your
all makes
first
sense,
video.
but yeah, it completely makes sense.
They flagged my video for that a few times, but that's one of them. And it's like, you can't guarantee results. So like this supplement's going to get you shredded or whatever. Like, so
It's gonna help you
yeah,
lose
you have to
50
upload
pounds in a month.
yeah, exactly. You can't say anything like that. So yeah, you upload those 3 videos and then someone manually reviews them. So it takes like a couple days to a week to get it approved for the product detail page.
Yeah, interesting. And so obviously your main focus is still online arbitrage, still wholesale stuff. You just kind of see this as essentially like a lower risk way of making some side money that can compound over time that doesn't require money.
Yeah, I just think diversifying is important, especially if it's like inside of Amazon where you already understand it. So it's not that hard to like figure it out. Like you'll figure it out within a month. So yeah, it's just kind of like paying my bills and my rent. I'm trying to get it to pay, I don't know, pay for like private label or something like that. That's like my goal with it.
Oh my gosh, man. Private label, TikTok shop. There's a bunch of cool stuff with that. Yeah. And the like the big thing too is like the not requiring money, and the just being that you probably already have products you can review that you just bought from Amazon, you know, or bought from elsewhere that are listed on Amazon, right? Even further there.
Yeah, it almost like incentivizes you to start to buy shit from Amazon. Like I just bought a standing desk from Amazon, and I'm 100% going to review that just for like my
I'm on a standing desk from Amazon right now. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, literally right.
So,
right.
Yeah, that'll do really well. Yeah, that'll crush, because like people want to see how the desk looks and like what the features are. So that'll do really well.
Interesting.
What's the most amount of videos you filmed in a day?
I did like 60 or 70, which is a lot. And I'm like fried.
Yeah.
I'm fried at that point.
And let's consider from a skill acquisition perspective too. You're also learning to get better on camera. You're getting more confident in yourself, right? Very like for better or worse, probably for worse, the vast majority of people are deathly afraid of posting themselves on camera on the internet, whether or not they say,
but you
right?
don't.
And this makes you numb to it.
Yeah, you don't actually have to be in the video though. That's the crazy thing.
Ooh,
like
really, you can just be filming that
one
shit.
thing I forgot.
Okay.
You just have to. You could be filming it like the other way. Just maybe put your hand in it or something, like point at something.
Yeah.
But like all of if you look at my storefront, like all of them, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't see the Joe Mug, the mitt here anywhere.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Wow. So that lowers the buried entry a ton too, because most people aren't willing to, which I kind of get why some people, but like, aren't willing to do that. Interesting.
Yeah, cool. and you get better the more videos you upload. Like my first few videos, even when I make I still make content, and my videos, this is completely different than making content. So it took a while, maybe like 50 videos to get pretty solid at it.
Sure. Cool.
So
Okay.
I'm looking through your page now. Give us some sauce on titles, right? Because I see you have like must watch. I see honest review.
Oh, you can title it too.
Genuine review.
Yeah.
All these copywriting principles translate, man. I swear to God, they all translate.
Yeah, so I've been doing must watch for like the last. I might change it, who knows? But like, there's must watch. There's like you could do like genuine review. That works. That's what I used to do. Like honest review, just to like show people you're like a normal person. So like you can kind of phrase it however you want. But I had
Because
my
the word
VA actually list
genuine
all
and
the
honest.
videos for me, so that's kind of why it looks robotic. Like I have my VA just do one title for each. Like if I was gonna play around with it, maybe I'd change it up a little bit, but I don't think it really matters. As long as you have some kind of like good copyright in your title,
So now,
people will click on it.
what's stopping you from having someone else sign into your like upload videos for you?
Yeah, I mean, that's a gray area, but you could like that's the one thing people do is they have like a family page and they'll have like their wife or like their girlfriend like in the videos too, or just have them record them. So you can kind of join it up like that, maybe have your family get involved. So that's one thing I haven't really experimented with it, but I know people who do that.
Boom.
You can
Sweet.
kind of have like a group effort.
Nice, right? And that's the key is with all this stuff, right? There are so many different ways to make money online. If any of you guys are just learning about the Amazon influencer program for the first time, go watch some videos on TikTok Shop too. That's a totally new way that has similar high upside. And same thing as you guys hear us talk about every episode, retail, online, arbitrage, wholesale, etc. There's endless possibilities in 2024 to get to it with this stuff. And then Joe, if people want to learn more, where can they follow you online and hit you up for questions, etc.?
Yeah, so I'm Joe Parpheniuk on all platforms. You could probably drop it because it's kind of hard to spell.
Yes, yeah, Lance, our VA is the goat. He got you.
Yeah, definitely drop that. But then I'm like building a community in there, so you can, that's growing every day. You can come join the community and learn more about the influencer program.
Sweet, that's what's up.
Man.
Okay, so yeah, you think 10K profit December 2024?
100%. My goal, I should push it to 20, honestly, if possible.
Cool. Well, yeah. and is that, you think that's going to be a few videos that hit or making a shitload more videos, period? Like it's going to be
definitely
like
a volume. It's definitely a volume game. Like one video could make you 500 a month. So like if it's a good video,
if it's selling, one a day of people that are watching.
In December, 100%. There was like a bed frame that made me like probably almost 1,000 in December. So it's
but now that bed frame's going to be around. That video's still there, I assume, right? So it's
so next December, it's still making money, that bed frame. So yeah, there's so many things.
So as long as as long as like the model doesn't change, the guidelines don't change, there's really no ceiling to what.
As long as the listing doesn't change, so like it could be like an old, outdated model, and people will still watch it.
And no IP complaints, no price tanking, no Amex bills.
Inventory.
no inventory, right? And it's interesting stuff.
It's a good thing to add on top.
It's a good way to get good on camera too. It sounds like as well, man. Cool, sweet. Sure. All right, thanks for coming on, brother. Good to see you again.
Of course, man. Thank you for having me. Really,
thanks, guys.
Sweet.